Okay, so this video is about flipped learning. Now the idea of flipped learning is nothing new. Flipped learning's been around for quite a while now, but it hasn't always been called flipped learning. So some people have made videos, some people have given things to students that they do at home before they come to school, and we've flipped around the educational side of it. And we'll talk about that a little bit more at the end. I'll show something that will actually explain it better than I can. But what I'm doing here is I'm using a glass board. Now this glass board has got LED lights all the way around it. I've got some side lighting that's illuminating me and illuminating the glass. And I'm basically recording myself in a video format. So what does that look like? Well, I've got a board here. This is the glass board I'm using. I'm on one side of it, and on the other side of it I've got a camera on a tripod that's videoing me. I've also got a microphone which is picking up the sound from me talking. So what happens, I can draw on this side of the board, film from this side, but then afterwards the video is obviously the wrong way round. So as you're looking at this, the writing's coming out in the correct way, but you're probably looking at this and thinking that I'm left-handed. I'm actually right-handed. So the video is being flipped around. But that's not where the term flipped learning comes from. That's just a kind of a byproduct of it. We do actually have to flip the video to make it come out the right way round, but that's not what flipped learning is all about. We'll find out what flipped learning is all about in a minute. Okay, so what's the process? Well, basically we're filming. Once we got some video, we're editing it, and then we're putting it somewhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to upload to YouTube. Okay, how are we going to do that? Well, the main things we're going to use here for doing the filming, we've got a digital SLR camera, and we've got some various bits of software we're going to have a go with, but the one that I've been using the most is called Camtasia Studio, and that's what allows me to create this video in the first place. Okay, so we've done all this, we've got our film recorded, we've done some editing, we've put it onto YouTube. What we do with our video then is we do something called whisk, and you'll see. So what does that mean? Well, the W stands for watch. So the students watch it at home or in class. It can still be an in-class activity. Flipped learning doesn't have to be something that happens at home. They watch the video. After they've watched it, they need to summarize it. So partly this is going to make sure they've actually watched what's gone on, but obviously we want them to be able to use this summary for something else afterwards. So the second thing then, or the third thing rather, is question. So this can work in two different ways. We can ask the students to answer questions, or we can ask them to pose questions. So if we pose the question, we're taking that back to our teacher to use in a class discussion or something that would be more useful to actually pull out something more from what we've already done, so to give it greater depth. Okay, so the big question is, why? Why do we want to do flipped learning? What benefit can it be for our students? Hopefully this video that you're going to watch next, which is not mine, it's from somewhere else, is going to explain that bit for you. Why do we want to do flipped learning?
Traditionally, students listen to lectures and take tests in class, and read textbooks and work on problem sets at home. In flipped teaching, students first study the topic by themselves, typically using video lessons on YouTube, and then apply the knowledge by solving problems and doing practical work in class. Modern schools who flipped their classroom report many benefits. 1. It allows all students to learn at their own pace, as videos can be watched again. 2. It's more efficient, as students enter the classroom prepared to contribute. 3. It enriches the classroom, as more time can be spent on group work and projects. 4. Doing homework in class allows students to help each other, which benefits both the advanced and less advanced learners. Flipping also brings changes for teachers. Traditionally, teachers engage most with the confident students who ask questions. Flipping allows teachers to target the students who really need help, instead of just those who are confident. Also, instead of instructing from the front, teachers guide on the side. This allows them to work more closely with individuals or small groups. Teachers that are not great presenters can use third-party videos to explain the concept and focus on methods of teaching that suit their style, such as project work or experiments. Once video lectures are made available online, teachers don't need to give the same lecture over and over again. Again, they gain more time to focus on the needs of their class. Many scholars also argue that the flipped classroom model promotes equal learning opportunities, as all kids get the same attention when doing their homework. Currently, kids with caring parents, older siblings at home, or expensive private tutors have a clear advantage over those who don't.